Okay, hello guys, welcome to the third gameplay video from Dumb Luck. My word, I have to be honest with you, I'm sitting in Agnes's study and I have got butterflies in my stomach. I feel like I'm about to meet her parents or something. This deck is not ideal by any stretch. Let's have a little talk about some of the things that have come up. So, Track Shoes and Peter Sylvester. I did look on Arkham DB, and there are a couple of decks that use both these cards. Sort of running deck for Agnes. They are not wildly popular, though, I've got to be honest. So I'm not holding up much hope. However, if you look at the third agenda, the effect that moves enemies, it doesn't say they need to be ready. It just says they need to be unengaged. So if I can evade an enemy in the hallway, they will move to the parlour. True, I'll have somewhat of a doom issue, but it could get me out of a scrape. So that's one thing to bear in mind. I'm not going to write it off. Painkillers, really, really good. I mean, that's 3 damage on the Ghoul Priest. It doesn't discard from play when you finish it off, and it does exhaust. I must try and remember that. I've got my rules reference here with all my player windows on it, so I can make sure that I'm using Agnes's ability at the right times and appropriately. But speaking of Agnes's ability, there is a very good chance of going desperate in this game. So desperate skills come up a lot when you do chaos, just because they're neutral and the neutral cards really come up. I'm surprised you haven't seen any thermoses yet. That's a bit of a classic. But yeah, I'd love to get them working. Obviously didn't work with Daisy. Let's see if Agnes can make it work. Fast or slow? Well, I don't know. It'll be a little bit of a reaction. I'm not going to invest a huge amount of decent stuff into getting the clues in the study. I need to save my decent clue cards for the cellar. Or possibly Lita. I haven't decided yet whether Lita will come into play. Not forgetting, if I'm in the hallway and I move to the parlour, attack of opportunity is another chance to ping the Ghoul Priest. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I don't need that. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, there's not a lot there, is there? I'd rather hold out for the... what's it called? St. Hubert's Key. Smoking Pipe is the exact opposite of what I'm looking for. Desperate Search is not going to come into play yet, and I don't really want to need... I mean, Astral Travel, which just doesn't do anything at the moment, does it? I will hold on to the Perception. So here we go. Yes! I won't use it here. I'll save it for the cellar. Okay, yeah, so my basic weakness is Paranoia. Prophesy, I like. Desperate Assault, Reckless Assault, and Say Your Prayers. Ooh! Oh dear. That's because I said I like the desperate skills. Now they're just appearing. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, so my goal here is probably going to be get these clues as quick as possible, then start looking for some decent stuff. Let's see what we get. Okay, so first action is investigate. I'm going on 2 against 2. I'll take it straight. That's fine. That's a -2. Didn't work. Second investigate. 2 on 2 again. Elder Sign, nice. And third investigate, I will do it once more. I'll save the Perception for the time being. Maybe use it if things get a little bit desperate later on. Ooh, -2, and there's no ghouls, so no damage is taken. All right, upkeep. Look at that. Something better, please. Enchanted Blade. Excellent. Now, my one concern is, if I play Enchanted Blade, I will hate to lose it to a Crypt Chill. So I might not play it immediately. 6 resources. First Doom goes on. What do we get? Ooh, Grappling Hands. And I haven't got a single agility icon. I'm 3 on 3, and I'm not a big fan of damage. Let's have a look. Sorry if you heard that banging door. That's one of my sons subtly opening and closing a door. 3 on 3. Ooh, -1 if you fail, take a horror. Not nice. 1 of each. Okay, let's keep going then. So I don't want to play the Enchanted Blade yet, but I'd like to find a couple of assets. So now seems like the time to play the Perception. 4 on 2. What are we going to get? It is a pass. Excellent. That's a clue. Let's draw a card, and it is not an asset. Okay. So that's my first action. Second action, I'll draw a card, and it's the Track Shoes. Okay, and okay, I'm in danger of hitting my weakness. I haven't seen it yet, have I? So, do I play the Enchanted Blade, or do I play the Track Shoes? I'm going to play the Track Shoes in case Crypt Chill comes up. And I mean, the Track Shoes aren't useless. They save me in action, and I could be evading a lot coming up. They're just not what I would prefer to see. Anyway, that's the end of my turn. Do I advance now? Nah. Ooh, live and learn. Very nice. 4th resource. 2nd doom. Come on, the ghoul. It's always a ghoul minion. It's a rats. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to advance. See you later, rats. And let's move on. Okay. Take a breather. Let's build a house. There's the attic. Attic goes at the top, as is traditional. Although my cellar seems to be floating in midair, that's fine. It's weird times in the Baker household. Right, and we are on to the 2nd act. Right, first action. I will now certainly play the Enchanted Blade. Thank you very much. 3 charges. Yeah, I said I didn't have any charges for Torrent of Power, but I do from the Enchanted Blade. However, there is 0 chance of me using those for that. Let's move up to the attic. So at this point, I take 1 horror. So the horror is ticking up slowly. Got to be a bit careful. I mustn't run out of horror. Or sanity, should I say. And here we go. We are investigating. I won't use any tricks here. Let's have it. This is 2 on 1. And that is a fail, isn't it? Yes. Great. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Okay, so upkeep. I get the Grizzly Totem. Might be played. I don't know. Maybe. I'm looking at a sea of icons. There's a resource. Okay, we advance the doom. So decision time, people. 2 horror or discard a card. I'm just worried about the lack of sanity I've got left, so I just have to discard a card and pray it's not drawn to the flame. Of course it's drawn to the flame. Right, okay. And then I get a Mythos card. Oh, rats. Okay. Oh, actually, this isn't too bad, is it? Because I can use my Enchanted Blade, but just not fire it up. So here we go. Using Enchanted Blade, I'm 3 on 1. Yeah, dead rats. 2nd action, I'm investigating. I am 2 on 1. I don't want to waste my live and learn on this, but this is now slowing me down awfully. Just do it again. 2 on 1. Here we go. Let's have it. 2 on 1. That's a pass. There we go. Finally got a clue in that location. The 1 shroud location. How are we going to deal with the 4 shroud? Upkeep. Not with that. That's not going to help. I'll tell you that. Gain a resource. Puts me up to 3 onto the 1st doom, and we get a ghoul minion. Ooh. Ooh. Right. Evasion. Of course it's evasion. What am I thinking? Obviously it's evasion. I am 4 on 2. Fail. 2nd attempt. Man. It is. Do I play dumb luck here? It would save me an action, and it would mean I've played dumb luck as well, and it means I'll get a ghoul minion on my next action, which is better than some of the other cards in there. I'm playing dumb luck. Can you believe it? What a moment. So that was my 1st action. 2nd action, I'm investigating. So I am 2 on 1. Finally, now I don't want to move because I don't really want. But I've got the track shoes, haven't I? No, I don't want to move. I want to gain a resource so I could possibly get the Grizzly Totem into play. Okay, here we go. Upkeep. Yeah, I don't really like these cards very much. I mean, they're all right, but the fact they cost an action and 2 resources to get them into play, and you have to then... Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I really like the upgraded one, though. Here we go. So, Doom being added. I was about to act surprised at it being a ghoul minion, but of course it's a ghoul minion. Did I take a resource or not? I don't think I did. Okay, so 1st action is evade. So I'll be evading for 3, 4 on 2. I mean, I'm not thrilled to see a ghoul minion there because he'll start running towards me towards the end of the scenario. But it could be far worse. Right, I'll then move there. I will trigger my track shoes. So I'm now testing 4 on 3. That's a fail, so it just means I don't get my extra move. And then for my final action, I will move into the cellar, which is going to be a massive, massive problem. Okay, upkeep. I wake up. He wakes up. We get arcane studies. You see, I might have to just rely on arcane studies now. I have got the live and learn. I have got a few tags. I've got Rise to the Occasion, the card that I also criticised. Let's see what we get. I tell you what, the encounter deck has got a great sense of humour sometimes, doesn't it? Well done, encounter deck. I appreciated that. That was good. All right, here we go. So what are we doing? Well, we're obviously evading, aren't we? This is a serious problem now. Or do I give him a whack? Because the truth is, I only need to hit the Ghoul Priest twice. Because I can get the final bit from an attack of opportunity or from a missed attack. Is that a waste? I just feel like I'm going a bit slow, so I'm going to do it. If this misses, I'll be livid. What does it sound like when I get livid? Well, you're about to hear. Hey! Elder Sign. He did. Right. That's my first action. Second action, I'm investigating, and this is looking poor. So I'm going to commit Rise to the Occasion. That puts me 1 over. Now, strictly speaking, 1 over should be fine. Just doesn't feel fine, does it? Let's chuck the arcane studies in as well. But hang on a second. What about Lita? How am I ever going to get Lita? Oh, I don't know. 5 on 3. 5 on 4. Okay, this is my second action. 5 on 4. Oh my god. Okay. Live and learn. I'm 4 on 4. And I will chuck in arcane studies. And if this doesn't work, I think I'm going to have to play the other arcane studies. So this is my second action, I believe. So I'm going 5 on 4. Yes, thank you so much. And then the third action, I will commit Prophesy. No, I'm miles off, aren't I? Even with Prophesy. Okay, I'm going to have to build up. I'm going to have to build up the arcane studies, which I don't really want to, but I'm going to have to. Otherwise, I'm never getting this clue. Right, okay, that's the end of my turn. Upkeep. Not without a fight. There's a knock at the door. Right, hi guys, I'm back. Apologies for that. Knock at the door. I've just drawn Not Without a Fight, and I'm going to gain my resource, and we're on to the Mythos phase. Okay. It was a guinea pig hutch being delivered, if you were curious. Okay, here we go. So, fourth doom goes on, and we have got, oh my word. Obscuring fog. Massive, massive issue. All right, I'm just going to have to save up and spend. Is it really just a case of going 1, 2... Okay, hang on, let's slow down a moment. Let's assume we're going to stay here this turn. Let's take a resource. Let's play Grizzly Totem. Let's gain another resource. And we'll build up and we'll try and get this next turn, just in case we get something cool on our deck. Okay, here we go. We've got Defiance. That might be cool, actually. Gain a resource. Add Doom number 5. What do we got? Ancient Evils. Oh no, and Ghoul Priest is about to appear. No, Ghoul Priest is not about to appear. Here we go. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit flustered. Let's take a deep breath and let's really think about what's going on here. 1, 2. Now, Prophesy is now huge. Defiant could be huge if I choose the right token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will say, well, it doesn't really matter what I say, does it? But I will say tablets. So let's just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 4. Oh, 6 against 6, isn't it? Oh no. Didn't think that sounded quite right. We're going for Prophesy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what we want. 8 against 4. 8 against 6. What am I going on about? 8 against 6, please. Yes, Elder Sign. Okay, great stuff. So that's my first action. Second action, move in. Third action, do I take a card and hope for something that might just help me out here? Let's do it. Final thing, we'll take a card. It's the Heirloom. Maybe not too helpful. Let's see how we do. Upkeep. Knife. Resource. Onto 1 resource. I will spend my clues. Let's get the Ghoul Priest out. Let's get Lita out. The Doom advances. Now the big thing here is, will we get... Well, let's have a look. What do we got? We've got one of the sort of weaker ghoul minions in play. So there's a 40% chance that it'll be a ghoul that disappears off someone else. However, I've just spotted something. I won't say it just in case it doesn't happen, but there might be a trick play here. Let's go for it. Right, so here we go. Looking for a ghoul. It's a ghoul minion. Now that might seem like bad news, but I don't think it is. I think there's a play here, and I think this is on. Right, what's my Mythos card? Oh, this could really work. Rotting Remains. Okay, now let's think very, very carefully. Right, let me tell you what my plan is. I've just realised if I get hit by both these guys, I become desperate. So I could take one attack of opportunity. I would survive through the damage, which would not only mean I could ping a damage on the Ghoul Priest, it means I could commit Reckless Assault to one of my 2 attacks with the Enchanted Blade, and I could commit Not Without a Fight to the other one. So really, I don't want to take any horror here. I think that's right. Let's make sure it doesn't happen. So I'm on 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't need to go up to 8. I'll save a Defiance. I'll save a Defiance, and I'll save tablets when the time comes. 8 against 3. -1. Passed. Here we go. Let's see if this plan that I just mentioned comes to good. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the I'm going to attack with the Enchanted Blade. So I 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to commit Not Without a Fight. 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to trigger the Grisly Totem. I'm 8 on 4. I'm 8 on 4 for 2 damage on the Ghoul Priest. Yes, 2 damage. Oh, come on. Right. Do I draw a card, or do I no, take a draw a card, take a resource? I'll go take a resource. Attack of opportunity. I take 3 damage. I take 3 horror. Okay, so not only do I now ping the Ghoul Priest because I've just taken some horror, but I'm now in desperate range, and I have got Reckless Assault. So final action, because if this goes wrong, there's nothing left at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 4. No one's even allowed to. And I'll commit Defiance and say tablets. Yes, nice, excellent. 2 damage. Ghoul Priest is dead, and that is a victory. Desperate Agnes wins the day. Oh, love it. Really, really good. Okay, so I need to catch my breath after that. That got a bit dramatic towards the end. Obscuring fog popping up on the cellar. God, going desperate. A guinea pig cage being delivered. I will catch you up in one moment in the debrief. But there we go. Agnes Baker, victory. Right, well there we go. That was exciting, wasn't it? So very, very quick debrief here. Whew, right, well, there's no doubt in my mind what the MVP of that game was. The Enchanted Blade popped up at the end, and, well, it was there from the beginning, wasn't it? But really, really took care of the ending for me. That isn't a particular epiphany for me, to be honest. I've always loved this card. However, it really strikes me how many investigators can actually take this card. It's only, I think it's only Wendy in the core set who can't take it. So turns Agnes, who's only got 2 combat, into an absolute killing machine at the end of that scenario. Not Without Fight is fantastic, but Reckless Assault got into desperate range, won it for me. So what I think I'm going to try is I'm going to try playing a bit of Desperate Agnes. Now, there are a few Desperate Agnes's decks out there, and 1 or 2 of them are pretty popular. I've never even considered it before, and I guess I realise that it's counterintuitive because you want to have as much ammo as possible for her horror gun. But actually, I think the idea being, towards the start of the scenario, you are relying on that horror to ping, 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 ping. And then later in the scenario, you get down to the low health, the low sanity, sorry, and you're an absolute powerhouse. So I've just laid out a few sort of components towards making that work. And the important thing is, every single one of these cards does something to support the build, but isn't just there because of the build. So, for example, St. Hubert's Key, it reduces your total sanity by 2, therefore getting you there quicker. and it heals you up a couple when you if you run out of sanity. So that's a really great card for trying to stick around in the desperate range. But also you get a +1 to your sanity, your willpower, and of course the intellect. Peter Sylvester is pretty key to the build, especially when you get onto the level 2 version, which of course Agnes can take. The +1 to the willpower is great, and the agility thing, well, 4 agility is very good and can get you out of a few squeezes like it did for me in that last game. Painkillers is, it's a shame it didn't turn up, but luckily I didn't have to rely on it. But it is great in Agnes. But not only is it pinging your damage, not only is it getting you closer to desperate, but of course it's pinging damage. It's also healing your own damage, which can sometimes be an issue. I think Forbidden Knowledge is like one of the first beautiful combos you come across when you play the game, and it still stands up now. But not only is it getting you to desperate range, it's also giving you a bit of bunts. And we know that mystics can be quite expensive. Just look at that St. Hubert's Key over there. The meat cleaver is kind of obvious, but it is screaming for you to be in desperate range. Whether you hang around the 3-4 sanity or the 2-3 sanity, I reckon would be personal choice. But it's a great card. It really is just wonderful with Agnes. And then finally, Arcane Research, which I realise is a bit of a nombo with Agnes because you're using one of your bullets. But firstly, I mean, that can just tick the spells up, and I'm planning to go for it with the Desperate Agnes deck in the Iron Man for Return of Dunnage for the Farcon Con. So as I'm doing Dunnage, Arcane Research will make up for the fact there's not a huge amount of XP in that campaign. So it's ticking up the spells, and it's just getting you that much closer to the desperate range. You take a combination of any 2 of these cards, and you're in desperate range. So you don't even need everything in place to make it work. So I'm going to do that. I won't video it, but I might write up a deck and maybe make a little diary share it with you guys. But anyway, that in terms of Ultimatum of Chaos, it was a real thriller, and I look forward to catching you guys on the next one, which will be Wendy Adams, the only person who can't take the Enchanted Blade. So I wonder what fate is going to decide she'll be using. Okay, guys, catch you later. Cheers.